Whew, it's kind of windy. Welcome back. I want to do a quick introductory video to the advanced math segment of the channel. I'm actually going to call it intermediate advanced because just how some of the tests around the country, around the United States anyway, shake out. You've got, in the ABC folks, you have 3 levels of certification, and in California we have 5. So as you can see, there might be some crossover where you might have what I think is an intermediate problem on your advanced test, or what you might think is an advanced problem on an intermediate test. I just want to make sure nobody gets lost because I'm deciding to call something advanced or intermediate. Okay, over-explaining. That's why you're going to see that. I want to give you guys a couple quick tips about the math. What you're going to start noticing is it's not so much that the math problems have gotten insanely hard, it's just that they're now more drawn out. And they're asking for more specific stuff, but we're doing really the bones of what the math problem is the stuff in the beginner and the intermediate series. And they're asking you to just maybe take it a step further. Instead of just pounds per day, I want to know how many gallons of chlorine you're going to be using of sodium hypochlorite. And you know what? We're going to take it a step further, and I want to know what your chemical pump feed rate should be. So that's the kind of stuff. So we're just kind of going a little bit further. And the one thing I'll warn about, though, as we get into these longer math problems is the longer the math problem, the more room for error. And the issue there is people like me, I have to consciously slow myself down when I'm in a testing environment. Unforced errors are the most heartbreaking errors on an exam, especially if it makes you fail the exam. It's one thing if you walk in and you don't know the question. Hey, that happens to all of us. Nobody can know everything. That's why you're allowed to pass with a 70%. You can't know everything. But if you know enough to pass and you don't pass because you were moving too fast and you made a careless mistake, boy, that's just the worst. So slow down, check your work. Something I do is after I finish an exam, so long as I have time, I go back through 2 or 3 times and just fine-tooth comb, make sure everything's hunky-dory. Actually, on my grade 4 exam, I caught a big error. There was a math problem about justifying the expense of buying a new pump based off the kilowatt hours of the new one and the old one, and how many years is it going to take to pay for that. I'll recreate this math problem, but in essence, I was given the cents per kilowatt hour, and I think it was in 2 years we were going to be able to pay for the install based off the power savings. But what I forgot to do was convert horsepower to kilowatt hours, and I got my horsepower numbers and then went with the price per kilowatt hour, just totally spacing on the conversion to kilowatt hours. And you know what? That wrong answer that I got was one of the multiple choice options. So they anticipated people were going to forget to convert to kilowatt hours. And when I went back through and I did all my math all over again very slowly, and I went, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot to convert to kilowatt hours. And I did, and I got it. But that was a careless error. Thank God I caught it. So I know I'm going on and on and on about this, but that's the thing you're going to notice in this math is it's just a lot longer. You need to be patient with yourself and just lean on your core math knowledge from the earlier videos. And please go back to those videos. If you have questions about anything, you know me. If you've watched this channel at all, you know I'm an open book and I want you to ask as many questions as possible so we can get you certified. Okay, that's my heads up about the advanced. It's longer, it's more involved, but nothing to be scared about. Just slow down. These are not scary math problems. It all makes sense, and this is a skill you're building. Math is a skill. There's no talent really involved. If you can count to 10 and if you can do some simple multiplication and division, you can do all the math you need to do to be a wastewater treatment plant operator. You just need to develop the skill and work the math muscle out. That's it. Okay, so with that, enjoy the advanced, I guess I should say the intermediate and advanced math series, and let's get to work.